Hi, my name is Demarise DeJess, and I will be discussing Scope Change Dilemma Migraine. A project scope is the work that needs to be accomplished to deliver a product, service, or result with the specified features and functions. A change to the project scope is an official decision made by the project sponsor that changes a feature by expanding or reducing its functionality. A scope change is usually requested by the customer and submitted to the project manager for review. A scope change almost always requires an adjustment to the project cost or schedule. In the illustration, we can see the basic evolution of a scope change. At first, the customer wants to only create a fish, yet in the continued pictures, we can see the customer now asking for different results. These types of requests change the end result of the product and thus change the scope of the project along the way. A big goal for companies is to generate profit. It has been known that companies use several scope changes as competitive bidding in order to profit from their customers. Companies that are looking for a maximization of profit may underbid the original contract so that the customer or contractor-generated scope changes will occur and produce a great deal of profit. This type of act has been encouraged by company superiors. They want their project managers to accept any and all value-added scope changes that are funded by customers in order to maximize their profits. This has recently become a problem because companies are growing in project management. Companies now use a system where all projects are connected into one. A master schedule is compiled so senior management can get a realistic picture of resources committed for the next 90 to 100 days. This master schedule allows organizations to determine how much work it can additionally take on and how many resources are needed in order to effectively function. The company superiors are now realizing that they can save the resources they are using for scope changes for something more effective to the company. So the question we ask today is, how do executives now convince project managers that scope changes are unnecessary and to forget about project maximization? Executives need to find a way to balance their needs for added project resources, scope changes, portfolio selection of projects, and the strain on working relationships between project and line managers. Maximizing profits on certain projects doesn't seem to be the best interest of companies anymore, especially if the resources can be used more effectively elsewhere in the organization. So the key to successful scope management is defining, communicating, and reconciling emerging requests throughout the project lifecycle. Executives must implement successful change control management that allows project managers to only focus on scope changes that benefit the project. Here's a list of guidelines that can be implemented into future projects for managing scope changes and forgetting about maximizing profits. First, identify scope change requests and take them through the scope change management process. Explain the new capability and the business value of the change. Provide a description of the consequences if the change is not made. Determine the impact to the project on terms of budget and schedule. And lastly, answer this question: will it benefit the project and why? Truthfully answering those questions will allow project managers to weed out unnecessary changes so they can focus their time and energy on effectively using their resources. In a guide to the project management body of knowledge, Chapter 4, Section 5 reviews performing integrated change control. Although scope changes may be inevitable, it is important for everyone to be on the same page. If the executives feel scope change is no longer important, they must reiterate that to their project managers and rely on their change management to control scope changes.